I'm not 100% sure what to talk about, but I had this idea in my head, and I'm trying to backtrack, and I can't really find out the beginning, so I'll just start in the middle. Um, Societies rose and fell because of the interactions between individual people, right? And now in modern times, it's never been easier to interact with people across long distances, people who share the same interests, people who might just like understand you. You have the bigger range in people, different types of people you could communicate with. If you could make every interaction a valuable one, you're going to be happy in life, or at least that's what I think. Like, not every interaction is going to be a good one, by your own definition of good. But you have to be able to take the good with the bad. You have to be able to see both sides of everything that you do in order to understand other people, I guess. If you understand both sides of a situation, you're better able to communicate and vocalize the information you want to share with another person. And I think that's something we're missing, or maybe I'm missing, in a day-to-day sort of style. I don't know, I just feel like there's so many times where like you're self-conscious, or like people are self-conscious, and you think about what you should be thinking about rather than just saying what you're thinking. Like there's like this weird middleman that it acts as a filter for, and it makes stuff that comes out worse, or not as clear, not as direct, not as honest as it should be. If people were just came out with the ideas that they actually think on a day-to-day, you would run into people who also think the same thing. But since we hide it, we can't connect on deeper emotional levels as people. What's the point of interacting with people? Well, stimulation, I guess. To me, it's just fun to hear new ideas and put my 2 cents on it, and go back and forth and see how that idea evolves during the conversation. If my words have value to another person, I want to be able to use that, not necessarily to my own advantage, but actually to my own advantage, because making me happy is something I want to do. Like, it's sort of selfish, but how can I put this? My goal is to be happy just living. Be happy with being honest. Be happy with just getting that new information, regardless if it helps me or not. And yeah, I'm having a hard time doing that, but so is everybody else. Or at least I that's what I observe. People go through changes constantly, right? Those changes are the direct cause of being influenced by other ideas that came from other people. So your personality influences everybody around you. Anybody who sees what you're doing, who's able to at least get a glimpse of the information you provide through your actions, your manner of speaking, the eyebrow wiggles when you're talking. Like, yeah. And you know what they say, knowledge is power. Because of that information you're sharing accurately, honestly, you give power, you're giving up a part of yourself and a bit of you make the person hearing it feel a little bit more important, because with that information they could go on and make decisions that are impactful to their lives. Even if they don't believe exactly what you said, they at least have that idea, and then that could influence their next conversation on the same subject, you know? Either their thoughts are going to be cleared with their own opinion, or they'll share and integrate your opinion with theirs, creating a new idea and new aspect of themselves. Or new piece of information, new opinion, a new something that can be helpful to other people. I genuinely believe things are changing. It's not about what you do, it's about how you feel about what you do. It's, we're going a level deeper. We're beginning to understand more about ourselves, and then that's gonna, I feel, change society in a way that it's gonna be sort of 50-50 of how it is now. It's gonna be both actions and emotions rather than just completely emotions. There will be a point where it doesn't matter how flashy or how well you present something, as long as that idea is unique, it's going to hold value. People are going to learn to hold value to even the smallest thing. See the value in something they might not. Why am I talking about this? Why? Mostly because I think I want it to be easier for me to talk to people, but if it's easier for you to talk to people, then you're the person I'd talk to, I feel like I'm sort of having like half of a conversation, and I want to hear somebody else's response. But what that response can be is going to be so varied that I have to put myself in the right mindset to receive such information. It's kind of weird to me that we sort of hold ourselves back in a way that like we tell ourselves is the right thing to do. Like, you could get a job, pay your bills, and just live your life. But some people think that's the end goal, when the end goal should be to be happy, to use money as a foundation to do the things you actually want to do. Right? People are getting so caught up in getting that foundation, they forget to build on top of it. Feels like a lot of things are being half done, especially from me. I don't know. I keep saying these like negative things, and yeah, it's my self-doubt, but at the same time I genuinely believe that good things come from good intentions. And as long as I hold, my values, that good things will come. The one thing I can't stand, though, is when somebody flat out refuses to listen to what you have to say because they think that your ideas are going to hinder them in some way. Like I'm going to stop you from getting that foundation that you wanted in the first place. But really, because of that lack of information, they're not going to have the resources to build on top of the physical sort of, financial and stable home life. Like every short-term decision should be part of an overarching long-term commitment. Like every short-term decision should reflect the ideals you hold personally. That way it's easier for people to understand what you mean, where your intentions are, and then progress will just happen much more smoothly because everybody's on the same page. I don't know, I'm starting to think again that I'm just blowing hot air. And do things matter? Does this matter? Does it? Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to find a reason now, but I can't put my finger on it. It could just be the expression of ideas, my ideas. Maybe that should be the end goal, but at the same time I'm saying things that I feel like people should already know, that like I'm stating the obvious. I mean, there's always that chance that there's gonna be that one person who's like slightly behind the curve, that would actually benefit from hearing these words. But then there's gonna be that person ahead of the curve that are just gonna completely ignore this because they've heard it already, or they absorbed the general idea already. I'm trying to think of a way to appeal to both sides. Well, I guess I can inspire people. Well, people who are ahead of the curve are already doing the things that they'd like, probably. They already have a general idea of what their purpose is and how they could go about doing it. People on the curve and behind it don't. I guess I can inspire people just to be better people, but that's so vague. I don't know, I'll think about it. I'll think about it.